Hey again, this is Will with K9TC's channel. One of the things I'm kind of going to do a quick hit and review is I'm actually going to stick the barrier of light here. Everything I have here, everything I showed you, and more or less is going to be inside one of my packs. Actually, this is a little bit different here. One of the things well, with more stuff underneath here that I'm not showing you right now is everything is put in certain locations where the pack is balanced. You know, everything down to where I put my rack, to where I put my axes, to where I put my shoes, my socks, my machetes. My machetes are actually off to one side. That means the equal, or close to that weight is kind of had to be shifted a little bit in the pack. And I've hiked with this. I've actually went on, days and days and everything. Like I said, I try to have extras of everything. If I felt I could carry another pair of shoes, I would. One of the things I want to show you here is actually these straps that you can make yourself, but they're like $3 to $5 a piece at Walmart on my pack. They go around and through. It's a hard frame or an outer frame. So what it does is I have my axes, in the middle, and I've got them sit on either side of my axis, and the plastic clips, I can pull them off, but don't want to. I'm going to show you what I do to keep all this from coming out and around, but I just, I pull them tight. They're still toe boots, which are going to be a little bit heavier than regular tennis shoes. I wear boots because I hike. These are got freaking mud all over them. Now I got to sweep the floor again. Here's one of the things I do to cover up all that also is I've got my Leader hydration pack, and the way I've got it set is it's got, like I said, I showed you in a different video how it sets through, but I set everything, and it goes over my pack. Let me see this here, and around, which if you want to see the other side, this is what it looks like. So it goes, around and find where I feel comfortable, where it's not going to be too tight, where my back's going to be in. And then what I do is I cinch down the, I can still come up and I can cinch down the sides. To me, a lot of people, I'm not sure what the weight on this pack is, but it'd be heavy. And that way there, it's over and around the sides, so everything's still set in there. And I've got, where my hydration nozzle, where, see, everything's, as you can see, get off the side here, is pretty much packed all in one spot. The next thing that I do is it's obviously still too straight, but okay, maybe it is. The axes are just go off that I need to repack. Good enough for now. I keep a leather coat, and to me, I live in Kansas, so the weather, you never know what the weather's going to have. I also, I love bikes. And I'm always hopping on a motorcycle when I can too. That's why I got my do-rag in there. Gotta be that badass biker nobody wants to be around. So anyway, here like I said, I'm debating whether I want to throw a different color on my pack, so you can actually get an airbrush and airbrush your own colors on. That saves a lot of time and camoing yourself. And what I do with this is I'm actually going to show you here quickly, and turn this around. Because when I pull it back, you know, I mean, I can clip it, you know, or clip more if I really want to. But I'm gonna spin this back around, you know, for short time saving. Just you know, when I'm hiking, it helps keep everything out the way, for one. Two, it gives a little bit of waterproof and to what I'm doing if I need it. Of course, get the right clip here. So everything's out the way. People don't really see what I have. If I've got my pack and I want to kind of camel a little bit. Of course, if I turn the tent over, it's dark too. And you know, evening or night, I mean, you're virtually not going to see this thing. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring this up just a little bit here. You know, so you know, really I can throw some kind of head on the top of the machetes and somebody just think it's some fat guy. Anyway, so I've got more stuff that I haven't been on there, and more stuff I'm going to add, more stuff I'm probably going to move around and maybe take out and replace as time goes, and etc. But that's the general idea. You know, fairly inexpensively, you can get something together, and you know, put things in order, and have something thrown off to the side. I recommend actually having a pack. You may not be able to get home to get your big pack. It's something people don't think about. So if you put, you know, do a couple of packs. I mean, do a couple of your bug out bag, get out of town, go. You might be at work and, you know, it just, you know, I mean, what is it? Branson, Missouri. We had a bad storm last night, for example, and those who are working at around 4:30 or so in the morning when the tornado hit and did a lot of damage. Those people just couldn't get home. I mean, their bags are gone. And if they had anything, it was going to be their 72-hour bag in their, you know, in their vehicles at work with them. So, I mean, please, for the love and the sake of whatever you want to pray for, you know, make 4 or 5 of these bags, you know, and put them together. You know, put one at a friend's house, put one at a mother's house or a grandmother's house or your girlfriend's family's, mother's, uncle's, cousins, whatever. So if you can't get home to get your stuff and your home's gone and you get a tornado or you get a hurricane or, you know, a Hurricane Katrina, you know, those people that weren't there when the levees broke and flooded your homes, I mean, they couldn't. A lot of people just couldn't get their homes to get, you know, wouldn't be able to get their bags. And I'm sure there were some that were in that situation too, that may have had a bag or their bug out bag that they couldn't get to. So there's a few things to keep in mind that people really don't think about. And then I'm really not seeing on YouTube either, as well as other forms of media. You know, do multiple bags, please. You know, and throw one in your trunk. I mean, throw your big get out of town bag in your trunk. You know, go hike with all your stuff. I can't emphasize it enough. You get out there, use your axes, use your machetes, use your knives. You know, put them through the test. Make sure they work before you actually have to experience them. Hopefully you never do. But with the way things are going, let's face it, I'm ready. Another thing that I do is I don't have a lot in my bags for a reason. I've got a lot, obviously, but there's a lot I don't have. And the short reason for that is simply for the fact that what I do is I actually cache. You can look them up too. I'll probably do a video on that. But you know, I cache things in all directions. So I've got caches for guns and ammunition and you know, gold and silver and you know, I mean, you know, good luck, you know, because when I bury in the situation that I have is I actually bury them to where, you know, I actually went out and bought several different metal detectors, so I buried them below where they couldn't be detected, as well as through nails and glass and everything else over the top of other things. So I'll do a video on that later on how to do some of that stuff too, and where you're burying your caches. I mean, don't bury them where you think other people are going to bury them, because somebody might accidentally unbury yours. So don't be afraid to go 2 feet deep. Just seriously, if you dig to 2 feet deep and bury your cache tubes, I guarantee you, you need too big enough, you know, PVC tube to do it, big enough to throw your rifle in. You're going to be glad you did, because if said the government comes in and martial law and the government goes, hey, well, we want all their guns, blah blah blah, or somebody comes in, raids your house, takes your gun, you know, you're not going to find any guns and live ammunition. If I'm not here and you break in my house, you're not going to find anything. You know, I literally intentionally put them on all different directions, and that's another thing. Friends and family know where they are too. That way, if in need be and they're in a dangerous situation, they know where they can go to get the nearest firearm. So it's an idea. Please heed it, and please do it. Please cache. Don't keep them all, you know, in your packs, because obviously you're not going to be able to carry, you know, a 10-year supply of food in your pack. But if you cache your goods and you bury them, you know, here's one thing. If you take some mineral oil on some eggs, we've all seen that. If you watch Doomsday Preppers, put some mineral oil, give your eggs a good coating. And what you can do is, if you need eggs or you want eggs or something and shit hits the fan, you know, 6 to 9 months later, guess what? You can dig your tube up. You can have you can have your gun and ammunition, some dry food. Hell, you can even put some eggs in there. You know, I mean, I dig them up and replace them every now and then, and check on them and that. But you know, another thing is, go out of your way when you're burying your tubes, and I'll do more videos on that later on. But you know, it's just, you know, please take my advice. I guarantee you will not be sorry for caching food, because what you can't carry on you, as far as you can walk, you can stash. And while you have a car and a vehicle, go stash food. Go stash firearms. Go stash weapons. Go stash your knives. Go stash your whatever you can. Because that way, if it does happen, well, guess what? I don't know. You're going to be prepared. And if somebody breaks in your house and robs you at gunpoint and takes all your guns and takes all your ammunition, well, okay. That's as good as they're going to get. I don't care if you stash it in your yard. Guess what? You've got a backup. And, hey, do it with the kids and have some fun. Just remember, well, I'm not going to keep doing all that, but I'll tell you what. Cut this short and sniff you later.